Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I don't know how much battery I have left in this iPad. I think I'm on like 5%. So I want to get through Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was such a good episode, but we got to do it fast. We got to start reading these bitches fast. Whew. Candy, I need to go to a dungeon party. I want to go to a private Candy party, like one she throws for Todd or one she throws at her house. Like, I don't want to pay $50 to go to this dungeon concert. I want to go to a Candy party. Because Candy looks like she knows how to throw a good party. Every time I see Candy throwing a party on this show, it looks good. And she done turned the volume all the way up. But let's get into it. The show opens up with Kenya, messy ass Kenya. Kenya wants to know who is the freak hoe. And I said, bitch, from the look of your knees and all that ash and black scarring, it looks like you're the freak hoe. It looks like you have plenty of experience hoeing on your knees. How dare you come out with your knees looking like that, wondering who's a freak hoe? Bitch, Kenya pissed me off this entire episode, but this much of me agrees with the bitch. But just this much. This much. But anyway, let's get into the party. Candy says, get y'all asses in y'all outfits. I'm gonna go get Cynthia once we get dressed. It's time to party. Bolo in the backyard. Everybody comes out dressed, and I'm just like that song that goes ass, 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 ass. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Number one, I've been to plenty of stripper parties. We ain't never partied with our asses out like that. But, okay, this is the dungeon party. Candy is telling y'all, go hide. Get your stripper names together. They ain't strippers. Get your dungeon names together. Let's go get Cynthia. They go get Cynthia. They introduce themselves to Cynthia. Everybody is chocolate, peach juice. I like peach juice the best. Madame, Angel, Dynasty, Lickety Split, Trini Gal, all of them. Everybody introduces themselves. Okay. Cynthia is back there like, oh my God, what the fuck y'all doing over here? Candy said, ain't no aunties tonight. This is a niece party. Ain't no aunties tonight. Go put on your niece uniform. Cynthia go upstairs and get dressed. Kenya downstairs with her legs just open for all of the world to see. Don't nobody want it, girl. Don't nobody want it. You got it open for all the market to see. My husband, we getting divorced. Who wants this pussy? Nobody. That's why you went to bed angry. But anyway, we ain't got there yet. Candy, this episode wasn't nothing. Candy was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for Bolo to come out, but I'm gonna make my money back because this is gonna be an infomercial for Bedroom Candy. The first product up for show is y'all go put these vibrators in Cynthia drawers because this can fit into any pocket of any panties, and I'm gonna be playing with the buzzer, buzz, buzz, buzz all night. What got me is, correct me if I'm wrong, Shamia takes the vibrator up there to Cynthia, pulls down the white panties, and inserts it for Cynthia. I said, Shamia, you too comfortable with the vagina. I've never, ever in my life put anything in a friend's panties. And Shamia and Cynthia ain't really all that friends. From that moment, I said, oh, they about to party. Let's get into it. Cynthia come downstairs. Oh no, I was tripped out because Cynthia didn't even pull Shamia's hand back or nothing. Like, bitch, I can do it. Put my own vibrator. I knew it was gonna be a party. Cynthia come downstairs. Candy hit that switch, and Cynthia was like, ooh, Lord, tell me next time before you hit the button. I said, they getting ready to party. So Candy was like, we got a present outside. Everybody look at Bolo in the box. They run out there and like, get this motherfucker out this box. Let's party. So Bolo come in. He doing his thing. He gyrating. Oh, I forgot to say. I think my dungeon name, I like Sunshine. I know it come from Harlem Nights, but I like it. That would have been my name, Sunshine. But anyway, Bolo come in. He grinding, snaking the floor, whipping this thing around, all that good stuff. And Kenya, she's spreading it. And for whatever reason, Drew wants to shade Kenya, talking about, well, maybe if you would hold your legs open like that for your husband, maybe he could stay at home. Whatever Drew said. I said, bitch, you can't talk about nobody husband, boyfriend, significant other, side piece, friend with benefit. You can't talk shit about nobody. Because you need to be asking the bitches that have a man that comes home at night, what position are their legs in to keep their man out of fucking Tampa? Until you can solve the Tampa mystery, you can't shade nobody. Go ask that bitch in Tampa what position her legs are in, and maybe that'll keep your husband in the ATL. I didn't like Drew Shade and Kenya. And I'm here for a good Kenya read. So, Bolo doing all that. Cynthia cheap ass gonna give him $4. I'm like, that's Candy's money. Just throw it. You can't take it home. Just throw it, Cynthia. You ain't hurt up that hard for $994 or $96. Give that man his coins. It was cute. Portia, slid all over him. I watched the after show where Candy said she gave Portia a bra to go under that diamond. It was cute, that diamond little bralette thing. She said Portia chose to take the bra off and want her titties out. I believe Portia knew from the moment that Bolo was going to be there. I'm fucking tonight. Oh, yes. So they give us the cute little Bravo show. It was cute for what it was. A little bit of a roll, a gyrator, throw the dollars. Okay, Bolo, he did his work. He gone. Candy said, okay, it's time for me to sell some more products. Cynthia, get your ass in here on this sex swing. And all I want to know, Candy, is what is the weight requirement? Can my ass fit in that swing? Because that shit look fun. I'm sure I could get my husband to help put me up in that thing, and we would have us a good time. A good time. Just let me know, what is the weight requirement? That was a good plug right there, Candy. Now, everybody, they done playing with Cynthia in the swing. Kenya wants to know if Bolo can come back out. And I'm like, why? Bitch, your baby upstairs. You about to go to sleep. Why you care if Bolo can come back out? So Portia goes to go get him. And she's like, the girls were like, you to just come out. And he like, for what? So we could party. We gonna turn the cameras off. Okay, let's go. So the cameras, it's now time for Candy to be like, production, y'all had y'all fun. Take these mics off. Take these cameras off. And then Toya's like, it's cameras all over here. We can't be having no party and all these cameras. Like, I don't care. Get to turning, get to taping, get to covering. We're about to party. So Candy looked like she done this on a couple of group trips before. I think production didn't care nothing about leaving because they knew the house was still mic'd. Even though they took the mics off, I'm sure they're kind of like Big Brother. They might have had a couple of mics in the wall because we heard everything that went on. And then the ladies didn't think, oh shit, it's a camera outside. Because they had a camera outside pointed directly into that living room. And I was like, how I am with my neighbors and them kids. I was just looking. I was wishing I could peek. I wanted to peek. The first scene we get, Portia got her legs in the air. Shamia said, oh, you're going to be a real bisexual tonight. And Portia is like, oh yes, somebody is eating this pussy tonight. And I said, oh, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. Candy said she watched. She didn't do anything, but she was watching. I believe Candy. Cynthia said she watched, but she had to feel for herself if the penis was real. Girl, you ain't never seen no big penis before to know. Anyway, Cynthia felt it, and then she said she saw Portia in a chair with her legs open. Toya straddled her, kissing her in the mouth. We did catch the Portia and Toya kiss on a little side view camera. And she said Tanya was on top of LaToya. Titties fell out, one fell in somebody's mouth, and Shamia was on the sideline waiting for her turn. I said, Cynthia is dry snitching. The next little story we heard was, Lord, I'm gonna staple my notes. Drew went to bed, but she came back. We saw Drew tells everybody she was just ass up and twerking in front of Bolo, but clearly in the blinds, we see Drew on all fours in front of Bolo, and his head goes down and disappears. Drew has much explaining to do. Cynthia tells Kenya she got a little hot and bothered, but she stayed and watched for about 20 minutes and then went on to sleep. I said, yeah, I'm sure in that 20 minutes, Candy was buzzing you, and then once you got off, you went to sleep. I'm telling you one thing I know for sure. These ladies, party number 2, the after party started at around 1:30? Let's say it started at 2 o'clock. That's when they got fully demiked, cameras twisted. Okay, from 2 to 6, it's not that much stripping in the world. It's not that much twerking in the world. I'm telling you, they had a little mini orgy. That's y'all business. And I ain't mad at it. Have fun. But I've had plenty of stripper parties in my house, in the ATL, not my married house. Single life. We had plenty of stripper parties. The stripper comes, you pay for them for about an hour, at the most 2 hours if you really want to ball. After a good hour of the stripper doing his show, then the stripper goes around the room, takes everybody, toss them up in the air, flip them on the floor, whatever trick they want to do with you in that moment. He takes his turn with everybody. Everybody throw their money when it's their turn to get the trick. After about a good hour and a half, it's done. You good and drunk. You done had a good time with your clothes on. Nobody wants to fuck the stripper. I don't personally have bisexual friends, so we're not sitting here trying to fuck each other. We've had a good time, a good drink. The stripper goes home. So I want to know what you ladies were doing for 4 hours, because at a certain point in time, you can only rev up my emotions sexually, and 4 hours is too much. I'm not going to sit and watch somebody play with their penis and ladies licking pussies and click clacking. I can only watch that for so long before I'm going to want to get off too. So I know the shit got hot. And if that's how y'all want to have fun, have fun. Live life. So Kenya talking about she running up and down the stairs because she peeking and she looking. And really, Kenya just wants all the tea so she can tell production and earn her check the next day. And I really feel like Kenya talking about the next day, she want to investigate because it smelled like badussy and everything else. And I said, bitch, you just mad because you went to bed with a dry pussy and woke up with a dry pussy, and these girls are juicy and refreshed. Your pussy just mad. You should have had fun. Brooklyn would have slept a good... I know Brooklyn is about 2. She sleeps through the night. You could have came downstairs and had you a good time. Where am I at with my notes? I don't understand how all season Kenya is the bitch dropping all the hints about licking Latoya's pussy, wanting to sit on Cynthia's face, Candy the best sex of her life. She's sending naked pictures out to this girl she don't know a day past Sunday. And she is the prude who can't believe they down here having a good time. I'm telling you, she just mad her babysitter had to go and she couldn't get her pussy licked too. But let's move on. So I already said the next day Cynthia is dry snitching. She telling Kenya telling Cynthia what Drew told her, and Cynthia like, Drew need to add some more to that story. Let me tell you one thing. That day, two things happened. One set of ladies go out and catch a shark. I don't care nothing about that. That was kind of cool, but that ain't reviewable. And the next day, Kenya sat down and asked everybody what time they went to bed so she can figure out who was fucking Bolo. I would have said it. If I was every lady there, I would have said none of your business. But what Kenya does, which is so good, is because y'all bitches don't know how to just tell Kenya to mind your fucking business or just not answer her at all and continue on with your day, your reactions is giving production in Kenya the information they need about what went on. Like, Kenya is questioning Drew, and Drew was all with somebody. She might have been with Candy or somebody. Like, Kenya ain't gonna tell, is she? Like, the cameras really ain't catch nothing, did they? I'm like, yes, Drew. The cameras caught a little bit. You have some explaining to do. And see, the one part where I agree with Kenya, this much, 25%. You can't come have, I'm not going to call it hoe. You can't come have sexually freeing experiences and expect, if you ain't, like Marlo said, ain't signed no NDA to the first, you can't come have all these experiences on a reality TV show set and expect true confidentiality. Now, I do agree with Candy and the other ladies. When the cameras leave, we turn our mics off. Whatever happens off camera should stay off camera. But y'all bitches are in the presence of an enemy. Drew, Kenya and Latoya been shading you since the moment you stepped foot onto the show. Kenya just called you a cunt last season and brought the cookie lady to your face, to your door to try to ruin your relationship. If your man hit on her or not, I don't know. But Kenya just stirred it up with you last season. Portia, you ain't never seen it for Kenya. You know Kenya don't like you. You all were in the presence of an enemy. I would have never busted open and laid it wide and spread it low and laid it wide, whatever Mama Evelyn said. I would have never done all that in the presence of an enemy. Y'all all have enough coins. Y'all could have hired Bolo and fucked him back in the ATL in y'all own house in the privacy of y'all own homes if that's really what you needed to do. If you wanted to try it that bad. The only one who ain't got, and it seemed like Dennis would come hit her off whenever she wanted, but the only one that's truly single that don't got a piece at home is Portia. I mean, that doesn't is Portia. So that much of me agrees with Kenya. Like, if you didn't want her to go run tell it, now I feel like she shouldn't go run tell it just off of GP. Like, the cameras were off. Y'all got buck wild. That was y'all business. Off camera, like if we have a little private event and then I would shade y'all, like, I know you fucked the Bolo girl. You know, I would do some shit like that, but I wouldn't spray their business on national TV by talking about it on camera the next morning. That's just me, but I'm not Kenya, and I'm also not y'all bitches' enemy. I feel like that's where y'all fucked up. I don't want to slut shame nobody, but I'm gonna say, off of the reactions of the investigation, I feel like every bitch that did not go to bed had an orgasm that night. And by that, I mean every bitch that stayed up got off in some kind of way. Not necessarily fucked Bolo. Because, see, a lot of women, and see, I get that from maybe Tanya, maybe Shamia, like, we could fuck around with other girls as long as we ain't fucking no boys. My husband don't care. Because definitely, Toya. Excuse me. Up first, I 100% believe that Kenya and Marlo heard sex noises in that bedroom in Portia's direction. And I believe it. I believe Portia fucked the stripper. Get yours. No slut shaming over here. Number 2, Tanya. I 100% believe Tanya let Portia get her into some bullshit that she got some explaining to do. Because we saw the scene of Portia saying, have you had your turn with Bolo? And Tanya's like, I can't get with Bolo. I'm going to get in trouble. And she's like, no, you're not, girl. Girl, you should have took your ass to sleep. You want to be in a hip crowd. You want to be on the TV show and now your ass off the show. I'm sure your man done pulled you off this show because you're not about to embarrass him. And you probably got off the show before the footage came out. You was off the show with just a rumor. You got some explaining to do, Tanya. I 100% believe Tanya was in that room with Portia just based off of how they reacted to Kenya asking questions. To me, Tanya, you should have been like Shamia, Toya, everybody else who was not in that room when Kenya started asking questions. They were like, I went to bed. I don't know what was going over that room. I heard the noises too, but it was not me. Tanya's like, I can't believe she's going to implicate this. Like, bitch, she can't implicate nothing. If it ain't true, just say it ain't true. You got some explaining to do, girl. Cynthia definitely got off with that remote control while she was watching. Candy definitely got Cynthia off with her remote control vibrator. Candy, I don't care how much you a voyeur and you want to look and set it off while you sipping on your water. I got my water too. Candy was playing all in her pussy and she got off too. You can't tell me no less. You can't tell me no less. It ain't no way I'm about to sit for 4 hours and watch bitches click, clack, suck dick and whatever else they was doing to Bolo in that living room. And I'm sitting there with the dry pussy too. No, Candy got herself off while watching. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Toya definitely fucked Portia that night. They probably fucked each other. Who cares? Drew did something with Bolo. Drew did something with Bolo because it ain't strippers not sitting there watching you twerk your ass while you on all fours. We saw you on all fours. After about 5 minutes of that, okay, you could have went back to bed. Even if he was just pumping, dry humping you. After about 5 minutes of dry humping, you would have got up and went back to bed. What did you need to be down in the living room for until 6 o'clock in the morning, Drew? You definitely did something with Bolo because you was way too concerned about, is Kenya gonna tell? You sure those cameras was off? I'm sure your husband definitely got a couple more trips to Tampa to take. Shamia, I don't know what Shamia did, but like I said, she might have been like Candy getting herself off in a corner somewhere. I don't know, but it's not, ain't nobody watching people have an orgy for 4 hours and just sitting there watching. Like, let's move on. How much more of this we got left to go? Oh, one more thing I want to say that I agree with Kenya. And I hate agreeing with Kenya. Kenya never said Tanya's name. Kenya hates Portia. She don't give a fuck about Portia. She said somebody was in there fucking a stripper. I heard 2 female voices. One of them was Portia's because I know her voice. I don't know the other. I would have probably guessed Toya because Toya and Portia were the ones straddling. And Toya seemed very happy to want to fuck Bolo too. Tanya, you made yourself look guilty. Kenya didn't say your name. She didn't say nobody's name but Portia's. And Portia, I hope you drag this bitch. Because she ain't have to spray your business on TV like that. Toya talking about she didn't get fucked because she was on Instagram. Girl, you could have got fucked before you went on Instagram. You sure looked pleased on that Instagram live. Let's move on. I don't care about Marlo and Kenya making up. This is definitely, to me, a strategic move of Marlo's because Nene is not here. If Nene was on this show this season, Marlo would not give a fuck about making up with Kenya at all. This is definitely very strategic. Marlo likes to be connected to someone in the center of the drama. What I don't want to see from Marlo is now I'm in an alliance with Kenya. So I hope, they say Marlo and Portia fall out at some point. I hope it's not over this. I hope it's not over this. I don't want to see Marlo and Portia fall out. Really, I kind of feel like Kenya and Marlo, this beef is going to be short-lived. I feel like the beef is still in the air. It's only going to be a couple. I feel like Marlo probably can't help but to shade Kenya. She going to say something shady and it's going to be back on. Portia, at the end of the episode, was not here for the alliance. She was not here for hearing that Kenya was asking about the stripper. I feel like Portia is definitely... I feel like if the story was... Kenya's insinuating that Portia fucked the stripper, Portia wouldn't give a fuck. She'd be like, and if I did? I feel like that's the energy Portia would give it, but because the implication is throwing her good girlfriend Tanya out there, and it look like Tanya don't want to lose her forever lifetime partner and whatever her man name is, Portia is going to try to protect Tanya by not giving Kenya too much. But Tanya has already it's all over Tanya's face that she did something. It's all over Drew's face that she did something. So until next week, I can't wait to see how this unfolds next week, you know, at this dinner table where they bring it all up. And we'll go from there. All right, get in the comments. I definitely want to know what you all thought because I feel like this is definitely a good episode to discuss. We finally got a good one. I don't feel like I dragged Kenya too much because I partially agree with her. But I just want to make it clear. If it was me, I wouldn't tell. I would be like Candy, what happens at the dungeon stays at the dungeon. Marlo, snitches get stitches. Like, I just wouldn't tell it. But when you have an enemy present, I just wouldn't have done it. But anyway, like, comment, share. I will see you all next week. Have a good one. Bye.